I want to show you something today. It's one of the most visited museums in Oxford. It's free, it's open to everyone, and it holds around 500,000 objects from around the world. Come with me. This is the Pitt Rivers Museum, named after General Augustus Henry Lane Fox Pitt Rivers, British Army officer, archaeologist, and one of the most obsessive collectors of the 19th century. He spent decades acquiring objects from cultures around the world. In 1884, he donated over 26,000 of them to the University of Oxford. The museum has been collecting ever since. Today it holds objects from over 100 countries, objects that, in many cases, came from those countries during a period when Britain was occupying them. And here where it gets complicated. I'm from Pakistan and I'm here in a British museum with the objects taken from all around the globe. And I'm trying to figure out how I feel about that. It's mixed feelings, it's interesting at the same time. The first thing that hits you is the density. Every cabinet, floor to ceiling, is packed. Weapons, textile, ritual objects, musical instruments, human remains. All of it is labeled, categorized, organized by type rather than by culture. So a spear from Papua New Guinea sits next to a spear from West Africa, sits next to a spear from the Amazon. Pitt Rivers believed that was scientific, that you could understand human development by comparing objects across cultures. These objects, some of them are from Indian subcontinent, the present-day Pakistan, India and Bangladesh. Britain controlled that region for nearly 200 years. The people who own these objects did not in most cases choose to send them to Oxford. Some were purchased, though purchased during an occupation is a complicated word. Some were taken during military campaigns. Some were collected by administrators who saw the culture across them as specimen to be studied rather than people to be respected. I am not telling you this to make you feel guilty for being here. I'm here. I paid nothing to get in. I'm telling you this because the objects deserve a context. And for a long time, the museum didn't give them one. The Pitt Rivers is perhaps most famous or infamous for its shrunken heads. Tsantsas made by Shuar and Ashwar, people of Ecuador and Peru, as part of spiritual ritual practice, not as Victorian collectors prefer to believe as trophies or curiosities. For over a century, they were displayed in a cabinet here, one of the most visited spots in the museum. People photographed them, children pointed at them. Some people were angry about the decision. They said it was erasing history, sensitizing the past. I think those people are worth listening to and then disagreeing with. Displaying someone's ancestor as a curiosity is not history. It's continuation of the attitude that made the collection possible in the first place. Here's something I didn't expect when I walked in. The museum knows. Throughout the building, there are panels written by the museum itself, acknowledging that many objects were collected during colonial occupation, acknowledging that the communities they came from were not consulted, acknowledging that the typological system Pitt Rivers used to organize the collection reflected Victorian ideas about racial hierarchy. That is genuinely unusual. Most institutions of this age and prestige would rather say nothing. The Pitt Rivers is at least having the conversation. Where that conversation goes far enough is a different question. I would be honest about something. Coming to the museum, I don't know how I would feel about it. My ancestors lived under the colonial rule for more than 200 years under British Empire. You see? And I'm also standing here as someone who chose to move to Britain, who's building a life here, who genuinely loves the city and what it contains. These two things exist at the same time. Walking through the Pitt Rivers, I felt both of them simultaneously. The genuine wonder of the collection, because it is extraordinary, whatever its origin. And something else, something harder to name, a kind of recognition that the things in these cabinets came from people's life, that these were not objects waiting to be collected, that they existed in a context before Oxford, before these glass cases, before the labels. And the context is mostly gone now. What remains is here, under glass, in a building named after the man who took them. The Pitt River Museum is worth visiting. I mean that without irony. The collection is extraordinary. The space is unlike anything else in England. And the museum, slowly, imperfectly, is beginning to ask the right question about how it came to exist. But I think it matters how you walk through it. If you go in looking for curiosities, you will find them. If you go in looking for history, the full history, including the part that's uncomfortable, you'll find something else. You'll find 500,000 objects that each had a life before they ended up here. And you'll find yourself asking, whose museum is this exactly? Who is it for? I don't think the answer is as simple as it used to be. Read the panels, not just the ones about the objects, the ones about how they got here. I'll see you in the next one.